Shut up and sit down.
What's up? Let's start with what's your name?
My
What's your
name?
Yeah.
My name is Alexandra Rainhood.
Alexandra Rainhood.
Yep.
That's
People
a
call me
good middle
Alex.
name.
People call me Rain, and occasionally I get the Alexandra Rain.
Alexandra Rain.
Yeah.
Was your stepmom call you when she's mad at you? She use your full name?
No, she just calls me Alex. I think most people know not to call me straight up Alexandra, because that'll piss me off. No one calls me Alexandra unless it's my papa.
Yeah, but he gets a pass.
He gets a pass.
He can
But
do
like
whatever he wants.
Alexandra Rain is fine. Someone called me that on Walkie the other day, and I was like so caught off guard. I was like, hello?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, so just a little background. Both of us have been best friends for years, since high school.
Middle
Middle
school,
school?
man. Were we in not Trawick?
It's like 8th grade.
8th grade? Yeah.
Yeah, so a long time. We're both
Long ass
like
time.
old now.
We're
Not
old now.
really, but
We grew old together.
yeah. Yeah, so thank you for talking with me for a little bit.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like your curler.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
very nice
Yeah, I
for
gotta
your
get my
bangs.
bangs looking good for work today.
Yeah, they look good.
Hey.
So you're Alexandra Rain, and where'd you live before you settled down in Atlanta for a bit?
God. Well, I was born in Modesto, California. My sibling was born in Iowa. My family lived in New York and Connecticut for a while, and then we moved to Georgia. But like, even though I moved to Georgia, I still spent like 3 to 4 months out of the year at my grandparents' place in San Luis Obispo.
Yeah.
So I'm basically from all over the place. And I don't want to think I've settled in Atlanta, because I definitely want to leave. But
Yeah,
like,
there's always room to move to somewhere
I'll get out
else.
eventually.
Yeah, you don't want to stick in the same spot for too
No,
long. It gets
not at
boring.
all. It is very boring.
Yeah. So in Atlanta, where specifically do you live? That's a big
Oh, yeah.
circle.
So, well, I'm in the perimeter. I'm in
Right.
Inman Park, which is like my dream neighborhood. I could snag a pretty decent apartment in that area. I can walk to a couple record stores. There's an old theater near me. There's a bunch of diners, surrounded by a bunch of parks. I fucking love it here.
Inman Park. That's a rich part of Atlanta. What would you call that?
No, yeah. Definitely the people who own homes here are fucking rich.
Oh,
like
yeah.
they're
If you
rolling
own
cash.
in
If you
Inman.
if you own an Inman. If you rent a house in Inman, that's got to be even more expensive than owning it at this point. But like
Yeah, no kidding.
our apartment building, it's like $12.50 a month. Like we got real lucky with this, because I don't think there's anything else this cheap in this neighborhood, and it's like so quiet and like so safe. Like I went on a walk at like 3 a.m. in the morning the other day, and I felt completely fine.
Yeah,
like,
I was worried, by the way. No, like around us, there's a couple other apartment buildings, and all of those are around the same price or more expensive.
Oh,
Like
dang.
down the road, there's a studio for like 13 or something. But
Oh, I like ours. I love ours.
yeah, it's a cool building. It looks like a piece of shit on the outside, but it's real nice on the inside.
Yeah.
I just wish there was a working washer and dryer.
Oh,
That'd be nice.
that would be really nice.
Yeah, there's are there any like hidden gems or little shops that you really enjoy walking to?
Walking to well, obviously Little 5 Points is like the place to be.
Right.
But this place called Rainy Day Revival just opened down there like about a week ago, and I've been going to they have like a booth at like the Oddity and Curiosity Expo every year, so I've seen them there, and I didn't know that they were coming out with a physical store. They got like 2-headed cows and ducks, like taxidermy,
dope.
like weird ass shit in there, but it's so cool. Like I just recommend going in there, walking around. But I got a transistor radio the other day over there. I was like, this is
I saw
cute.
that.
I'm gonna let it sit on my shelf and do nothing.
Do you know if it works?
I don't know. I haven't attempted to get it to work yet. But
Does it take batteries, or you just?
I think so. So
Yeah,
we could probably figure something
I'll
out.
figure it out. We'll make it work.
Yeah.
Are there any other spots? Or I know there's a bunch of record stores down the road, and there's a couple cool coffee shops, but
I really like going to Videodrome.
Yeah,
Like that's like the only blockbuster of today, I guess. Which is kind of sad, but
kind
it's
of a dying
honestly
breed.
much cooler than Blockbuster when I remember it as a kid.
All I remember from Blockbuster is waiting in line. They had like a candy in the
Yep.
lines.
I
and
would
I'd-
snag those cookie dough bites every
Oh.
time. My dad would be pissed. He'd be like, "We have popcorn at home. Like, is that not enough?"
I would always try, and then my parents be, bitch, please,
Bitch,
put it
please
back.
put it back.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
Videodrome, and then Plaza Theater's awesome. I've been seeing some 35 millimeter showings over there of different films.
Yeah, they have a Videodrome and Plaza. They have a weird friendship that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
they got like some type of partnership together.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but
It kind of makes sense. They
They're both small
Plaza
businesses.
shows a lot of film, and
yeah.
Videodrome is all video rental. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, the perimeter is 285. That right? That's
Yes, yeah.
Just make
In the perimeter, ITP.
ITP.
Yeah,
That's
it used
where
to
we
be
are,
OTP. Outside the perimeter.
Yeah.
OTP sucks,
Used to
guys.
be way OTP.
Way
Dallas.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Dallas.
so far.
People would ask me where I live, like if I went to like a party or
Yeah.
in college, and like Dallas. Oh, like Dallas, Texas.
No, why would I come to
No.
why would I come to
No.
Georgia to go to Kennesaw State if I lived in Dallas?
I did meet a kid from New Mexico. We used to work together, and like, why'd you come here? He's like, well, I didn't want to. Damn.
Most of us didn't.
Yeah, I feel that. So anyway, what do you do for work? What do you do to make the monies?
Make the monies. Well,
Mhm.
currently I am a location assistant. I just got into the industry February this year, and this is my second show. My first show, Long Slow Exhale, was a Paramount feature, and it was like I loved it, but everyone was telling me it was a shit show. Like it was terrible,
Really?
and I was like, I didn't know any better because it's
Well, yeah,
the only
first
show. It's
so-
my first show, and I honestly had a great time. But yeah, now I'm a location assistant on The Walking Dead, and that's even better.
Yeah. Tell me about your first show.
Oh, my first show, it ran like February through August. It's like a basketball, like sports kind of TV show. Pretty much a drama. But
Yeah.
working in locations department was fun because we were like going to State Farm Arena to shoot an Infinite Energy Center and all these colleges and things. And like we went to some old colleges, like Oglethorpe is like one of the oldest colleges in Georgia.
Right.
And like it's so interesting, like having to work with site reps and like protecting those buildings. Like we'd have to hire like vendors to put mats and everything down, and I had a set of keys that I couldn't lose because there were only one and they can't make copies of these keys anymore, and it was so stressful, but it was so fun. It was interesting.
So what so a locations PA, what does that really entail? What's your day-to-day like?
So you got production assistants, which are basically everyone's bitch, getting coffee for everybody, doing
Right.
lockups and stuff. Locations is more like, it's more like kind of supervising the crew a little more, like just making sure that they're not putting shit where they're not supposed to, and we have to like make sure if they want to make any changes to the locations that it's okay with their site reps. I work with cops a lot, like doing intermittent traffic control or whatever, and
Right.
setting up tents, making sure like executives are happy and shit.
So
They can
you
see
you
their
have some
screens.
measure of authority, I
Oh
guess.
yes, yeah. They
Way more than a normal
No,
PA would have.
way more than a normal PA. Yeah, they most of the time they're the ones asking us questions like, can we use this building? Do we have access to this? Do we have access to that? And it's usually yes or no, and we control all of that.
Right.
Like we know all the answers to those things. So if we weren't there, basically the crew would be running around like headless chickens because they would be like, is this in the shot? Can I even do this? Are we gonna have to cost? Is this gonna cost more
kinda
money?
Corral them.
Yeah.
It's like herding cats.
Basically, herding cats.
What's a site rep? I assume that's
Yeah.
the person from that set,
Location.
from that
yeah.
location.
Yeah. They we work really closely with them. It's not always like the person who owns the property. A lot of the places that we shoot, like the owners, like these are places that movies have been shooting at for a while. So owners will have their own location managers for their property, and we'll just work with those people, and it's much better and easier that way because they know what they're talking about, they know what to expect and everything. And
They know the whole drill.
yeah, like if we want to get, like sometimes if we're in someone else's property's woods and they have like Nest cameras, we have to get the site rep and they will take them down, or they'll approve us to take them down with set deck.
Right. So moving from your first show to your second show, what are you on right now?
So I'm on The Walking Dead, and this show has been going on for 11 years. So obviously they've got some experience. They've got their shit together.
They've been doing it for a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a little bit, and it is definitely a different experience. Everyone did warn me though, however, when I was about to hop on it, they're like, "Oh my god, The Walking Dead's so much harder. Like you're going to hate it. Like it's terrible. It's so much work and everything." But I did it anyways because I loved that show when I was younger. Right. So I was like, I should just do it. It's the final season. And like hard work is good work because it's going to make other shows feel like a breeze.
Right.
Well, my first show, LSC, makes The Walking Dead feel like a breeze apparently, because I've loved every second. Like it has not been as stressful as my first show. And I love it. It's fantastic.
So The Walking Dead, harder work, maybe not longer hours because you're only doing 10 a day.
Actually, yeah. So The Walking Dead is on 10-hour days right now. We call them French hours.
Right.
And it's kind of what happened like when COVID season struck, like when the pandemic struck, like they shut down for a little bit, but then came back with shorter days, 2 units. They were just like, they basically set the precedent for how shows should run during this
with COVID
time.
protocols and all that.
And we're the only show that's still doing 10-hour days. We get tested 3 times a week. We have contact tracing cards. We have to get our temp checked with a wristband that says we did get our temp checked when we walk in and everything. So they're very strict about it. I think we've only had, like, since I've been on in August, there's only been like 2 or 3 positives.
Wow,
so,
okay.
Yeah, and we work
out of that big of a crew, that's pretty good.
Out of that big of a crew, and we also have like hundreds of extras coming in, and they all get their own contact tracing cards and they get tested and everything. So like
I would imagine that show would have a lot of extras. Like a lot.
Well, we kind of like cap it out at like 150 because of the pandemic and everything. Like we shouldn't be having that many people, but I've heard of times where there's been like 300, 400 plus, and that just sounds insane.
Do you reuse extras, or is it just one and done, or?
Basically we use the same from the same agency.
Okay.
So I see a lot of the same faces every day when we do background. Like it's the walkers are pretty much the same people, and like some of the walkers play some of the troopers or whatever. And I don't know, like it's just better to use people that have already like worked with us because they know what's expected of them, and it less chance of getting COVID.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's a little bit more organized.
Yeah.
So you're on set when you're working.
The majority of it.
Right.
Sometimes I have to be offset, like prepping or wrapping a location. That's another thing like location assistants do is basically wrapping out and prep work is just babysitting other departments, making sure they're getting their shit done and that they're not fucking other shit up. And then like we work with vendors a lot, so if we need contractors to come in or Herc to set up heat or AC, like I have to supervise that and set it up with them.
That's fair. Speaking of other departments, do the departments get along, or is there rivalries, I guess?
I feel like my last show, so LSC, definitely like the heads of the AD department absolutely hated locations. Like I don't know what their deal was. They were always just bitching and moaning all the time, and I think that's why that show was so terrible, because like we were getting like the shit end of the stick because they were figuring out locations and shit so last minute and changing everything without telling us. So it was kind of like we were always on our toes trying to fix their mistakes, you know, their
Always
mistakes
just
of not
almost
prepping and
behind,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like, are there at least on this show on The Walking Dead, do all the departments kind of get
Yeah.
along, or
Most of them, like, I feel like I know my coworker has a lot to say about how some of them don't respect us, and that's completely true. It's just like the thing is, like, we're there to point out all the inconveniences, basically. So
right?
yeah,
So
like,
you have to play the bad guy sometimes.
yeah, we're basic. Yeah, so like if they want to put a scissor lift, currently we're shooting at the Renaissance Festival.
Right.
If they want to put a scissor lift on the path, they have to be on plywood or track mat, and that's a lot. That's work.
Right.
So like
kind of.
you got to get like 4 people doing that, and they just hate that. And like I understand, like it's more work, but like I have to do what I have to do to protect the location,
It's
or else
your
it's going to
job.
cost us a lot of
Yeah.
money. It's my job, yeah, and it's also their job. Like this is expected of them. Like you can't fuck up where we're shooting, or else we're not going to be able to go again.
It's everyone's responsibility not to burn that location.
Exactly. And that's
Right.
like one of our biggest problems, especially in downtown Sonoya, is our crew doesn't like to park in crew parking. They like to park wherever the fuck they want.
Uh-huh.
And they'll just take their parking tags off so we can't like find them, I guess. But
Yeah.
we know their cars. Like we've been seeing them every fucking day.
It's been 11 years,
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah. So we have businesses that are like threatening to stop their contracts with us because our coworkers are too lazy to park at crew parking and take a van over to set. Like it's really frustrating.
It's the little things.
It's the little things.
Damn, yeah. So this show's been on for 11 years now.
11 years.
Remember where you were 11 years ago?
Oh my god.
I can't even do that
I was-
math. I was
wait.
11? That's not right.
You were 10. I was
10.
9.
Oh dear. Oh lord. I'm not a math major.
That's good. That's
Thank
good.
God. I
Was 9 and I was watching
yeah.
this TV show with my dad every Sunday, which is kind of crazy.
Oh, tell me about seeing Daryl.
Oh, God.
Seeing Daryl when you were a little wee kid.
A little wee kid. I think it was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Like my dad and I watched this every Sunday. Like it was our thing. I have like the little figurines you could collect with them and
a
everything.
religious experience.
It's well, I saved up my chore money so I can meet Norman Reedus, the guy who plays Daryl, because he was my favorite character. I thought he was so freaking cool. My dad took me to a Walker Stalker convention in Atlanta. I think it was I had to have been like 12, I think.
Yeah.
And I waited in line for like 2 hours. My dad tells me this all the time. He's like, I can't believe we waited like 2 or 3 hours to just like talk to this guy, because I just saved it to get an autograph. And then there's a picture of me with him in the background. Like I'm in
Right.
line and he's in the background like signing other people's like papers or whatever. And yeah, I literally saved my chore money to meet this guy. And now he's my coworker and he knows my name. Like he sees me, he's like, hey Rain, how's it going today? And I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my God.
Oh my god. I'm living my childhood dream apparently.
remember 10 years ago when I met you? Yeah, no. I guess since you're on set some of the time at least, do you interact with any more of the cast?
Oh yeah, I interact with cast a lot. They're like, most of them are very, very friendly. They're cool to work with and everything. Norman, I definitely talk to the most. He just sparks up a conversation whenever he sees me or anybody else. He's got some crazy ass stories. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's really cool.
Yeah, and very hot also.
Yes, so very attractive. Cooper Andrews, he plays Jerry. He so one of my coworkers looks just like him, like he could be his stunt double.
Right.
And my coworker spins fire. Like he legit spins fire in his free time,
Oh,
which is
damn.
insane. But like Cooper came up to us yesterday. I'm not kidding. This happened yesterday. He goes, people keep calling me Johnny. And I'm like, I'm Cooper. And Johnny's like, people keep calling me Cooper. I'm Johnny. And we're like, oh my God, identity crisis.
Who am I?
Who am I? Oh my God. But yeah, I also met Cassidy, who plays Lydia. a couple days ago, and she was so sweet. She gave me a hug, and now she saw me yesterday and was like, "Hey, Rain, how you doing?" And my coworker like looks at me, and was like, "Why do all the actors know your name? Like none of them speak to me." I'm like, I don't know what to tell
How do
you.
they know you like
How
this?
do they all know me? I don't know. They're great.
Are there any of the cast that are kind of standoffish, I guess, or hold
The only
themselves up?
one I would say is Christian, who plays Rosita. She's got like one of those lounge chairs instead of the regular like
Oh,
director's
yeah.
chairs, and she very hot and cold, literally. Like she'll ask for heaters and I'll bring her a heater, and then she'll be like, "Nope, I need an AC unit now." And I'm like, "Okay, all right, I got you."
Okay.
But besides her, like everyone else is pretty chill.
Yeah. So Rosita's a little so that's all right.
That's okay.
Yeah, I mean, at least she doesn't like bark at the cat or the crew,
Oh
does
no,
she?
we have no one like that. Yeah, no, I know some of the ADs can be kind of shitty to their own department, but yeah, most people aren't
That's
that
fair.
crap.
You always have a shitty boss, so
Yeah, exactly.
if you were to switch departments, where would
Oh,
you go?
God.
I know there's a lot of options.
I would
But-
never. First of all, let me put this in the books.
Mm-hmm.
I would never, ever, ever in my life be in the AD department.
Really?
Fuck that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I
It does
could
not seem fun to
never.
me.
I hate my biggest I cringe every time I hear it. But like the ADs will call out their PAs for like the lockup not going well or people not shutting up when we're rolling,
Right.
and they'll go, "Copy, we'll do better."
Mm.
And that just hurts my heart for
Oh,
some
man.
reason. I'm like, yeah,
sorry.
no. Tell your crew to shut the fuck up and listen to us. Like, no, I'm not gonna.
Oh.
No.
That job seems just all stress and no reward.
It pretty much, yeah.
I mean, unless you're high enough up to like make good money, what why?
That's the thing is like the only way to get high enough to make good money is to do 600 days of PA work.
Is to
And
be a
then get
bitch
into the
for
DGA.
600 days.
Yeah, be someone's bitch for 600 days. And then even then, it's still super fucking stressful. So I would never. I always wanted to like go in the lighting and electric department, but physically, I probably could not.
Yeah.
Some of those lights are big. I would love to learn how to operate a condor, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be pretty sick. I could sit up in a condor
Yeah.
and just adjust the light whenever needed. I could do that. But honestly, right now I'm probably most interested in the special effects department just because like we've been doing some cool shit with them, and it's like building bombs and
Yeah,
shit.
right?
And I know
It's
that sounds
legal
very
bombs.
sketchy, but
Please don't get my apartment kicked in. FBI.
I just like they're having a great time. They're kicking ass. They look like their job is cool, man.
They're the coolest on sets.
They're the coolest,
Aside
yeah,
from
and
like stunt guys.
yeah, and then like a lot of our night shoots include a lot of like fog or whatever. So we have like this giant tube that they blow torch holes in and blow fog through. It's just a cool, like it just seems like a cool job to have.
What about like art department?
Art department is so many things.
Yeah,
and
I guess that includes special effects, sort of, kind of.
it's just like my thing with the art department is you're trying to execute, like you want to put your own creative, like you put your idea, you read the script,
Right.
you see something in your mind and that's what you try and execute,
Right.
but you have a bunch of people higher up that are seeing something different in their mind and that's what they want you to execute.
Right.
So there's a lot of butting heads and just like there's just a lot of drama and problems, creative differences and
Yes.
stuff. And I
Yeah.
just like, yes, I'd love to be part of a creative side sometime, but like honestly, I don't care right now. I'm fucking 20. I'm already in the industry. I'm moving up quickly. Like I don't have a problem.
You have infinite options.
Exactly.
You can go literally wherever you want.
Exactly. I've already got the networking done.
Right.
I'm
you
just
know
here
the
now.
people.
I know the people.
You will never want for a job.
Yeah.
You'll always have somebody asking
Exactly.
you.
Exactly.
What's at least in locations, what's the next step up?
So locations, you have locations assistants at the bottom,
Right.
and then you have assistant location managers, which are
Right.
just kind of like the direct managers to location assistants. Then you have the key assistant location managers. They handle a lot of like vendor contracts and everything, security, hiring cops and stuff. Then you have the location managers, which are basically top dog of the whole department. They get the scripts first. They're kind of doing all the tech scouts, figuring out what we need for each location and everything. You have location scouts. I don't have any on my current show, but
Right.
they kind of fall like on the same level as like key assistant location managers. They're unionized. It's just like we don't use them in my current show because we can just do that work ourselves, you know?
Yeah, you don't have to
Yeah, we don't have to hire
Yeah.
someone to do it.
kind of consolidate a little bit.
Yeah, you have to consolidate with a show this big. Like we already have a very large department as it is.
Right.
Yeah, so we just do it
That's
ourselves.
fair. That makes sense. The so coming from me, someone outside the film industry, what advice would you give to anybody trying to get into it, or what skills
Oh,
should
God.
you have, or anything to that degree?
Well, I'd say like the most helpful thing I've done in college for this is the Georgia Film Academy classes. Like I feel like that is the only class that has actually given me some type of insight into how the industry actually is.
Yeah.
I don't think any other class, like sit down lecture class, will do that for you. It's just seeing the things, learning the names and stuff, because like absolutely everything has a nickname on set. Like nothing is called
Yeah, no kidding.
nothing's called an AC unit or like, oh god, like it's just everything has its own nickname.
Some of them make sense. Some of them are like, why?
Why? Yeah, exactly. Why? But it's that way and it's going to be stuck that way. So Georgia Film Academy like helped you learn all those terms and everything and understand what the fuck people are talking about.
Someone said it 60 years ago, and now I have to call this thing a platypus.
Exactly.
So cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
All right.
But yeah, and then the other thing is just like networking, because you'll meet people in college that have done stand-in work or extras work or has done PA work, just like
Right.
meeting people, and like you'll find the industry is so big in Atlanta. There's like 60 something projects going on right now. You're guaranteed to find somebody who's worked on something, and then basically networking from there. The whole thing is networking, so you get one in and you're basically good.
Yeah, you meet one person, as long as you're not like a shit human being,
Yeah,
people will want to be around you.
exactly.
And they'll hire you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the hardest thing, is actually getting in,
Yes.
meeting the right
That's
person.
the hardest thing. I did
Once
mine on
you're in,
accident.
you're in.
My
Yeah.
What was my in?
No.
Oh.
Once you're in, you're in.
Oh
but,
yeah, exactly.
So is there like a dream show or a show you would really like to get on after this?
Well, I guess The Walking Dead was kind of my dream show. I
Yeah,
feel like when I
okay,
was
yeah.
younger, it was my dream show. I definitely fell out of watching it, like season 6 or 7.
Yeah, it kind of hit a turn, but you know.
Yeah. But if I could work on any Star Wars, anything Star Wars,
Yeah.
I would leave immediately, man.
Would you for that, I'm sure, but a smaller show maybe, would you move to like New York City or LA?
If Star Wars, I would move for anything. It depends. If I could find something that pays really well in New York and LA,
Right.
I would do it.
Something maybe a semi long term.
Yes, it's got to be like at least like 7 or 8 months of work, you know.
Right.
It's got to be
You
a
gotta give
TV
yourself
show.
a
It
base.
couldn't be just a feature. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would do it.
Would you have a preference between New York City or LA?
I love California. I just hate LA specifically.
Yeah.
I love New York, but like the thought of living in New York kind of sucks as well.
There's some bits of LA that are cool, and New York it's culture shock, especially
Yeah.
coming from Dallas, Georgia.
Yeah.
But it's a cool way to live. But yeah,
Probably New York though.
New
I
York.
don't know. Oh, it's so tough. They're both much better than Atlanta. So
I
I'd
just
take
enjoy
either.
public transit, so I would
That's
probably
the thing,
go New
yeah.
York.
New York's public transit system, chef's kiss.
Listen, I don't care if I get mugged or shanked. I can get anywhere in New York in
Yeah,
like
there
30
you go.
minutes tops.
Easy.
So, easy peasy. So, one thing I've noticed you do is well, nicknames are prevalent, but you make posters for the crew.
Oh my god.
Can you share a few of the nicknames and
Oh
maybe
my
the
goodness.
backstory?
Yes. Okay. So on my first show, just for some preface, like I just like to fuck around on Photoshop, and
Right.
one day we got sent a picture in our work group chat, and our coworker captioned it, "Jack, I eat with my tits out, Cassidy." So
Mm.
Jack Cassidy's one of my coworkers, and I was like, that's hilarious. And I took the picture and I just made an edit that said, "Jack Cassidy, I eat with my tits out," and with like a couple little doodles and stuff. And it was hilarious. And I shared it and everyone was loving it. And everyone else was giving me like their nicknames and their quotes that
Like,
they wanted
please.
for theirs.
Will you make
So I
me?
was like, this is getting funny, but like most of the time we would only do a quote or a nickname if it like came naturally.
Right.
So
Or
my
if it
best
really
friend,
fit.
yeah, if it really fit. My best friend Lily Easterbrook on my last show, she I don't know why this happened. Like it just happened. We were rolling. We were in the studio. It was absolutely quiet. She comes up to Brandon and I, and she just goes, "Shadowboxing champion," like doing sound effects, like punching the air. And it was the funniest thing ever. And it took everything in me not to laugh my ass off in the middle of a take. But yeah, I made a Lily May shadowboxing champion Easterbrook. And I love that one. I have my friend Adam. He works Board Brothers. He's one of our vendors.
Right.
But the ADs don't know what to call him, so they call him Board Brother Layout Matte Tech Artist Guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's his thing. Mine is actually didn't get one until much recently, even though they've been going on since like April. Because I couldn't find anything that I liked, but my coworker on my set currently was like, "Oh my God, Alex, I've figured out the perfect nickname for you. You're the broken record." And I was like,
yeah.
"Oh my God, that's perfect." And then he goes to over explain it. I'm like, "I already got it." But he's like,
I understand, I promise.
I understand, but he goes, it's because you collect records and you tick. And when you tick, you sound like a broken record." And I was like, yes.
Yes. Perfect.
This is perfect. So now I have mine.
Do you ever do you print them out and give them to the people?
For wrap gifts, on my last show, I printed them out on
Yeah.
like the like wooden frame kind of things that CVS does. They were on sale,
Oh, yeah.
and I printed them out and gifted them. So
That's a perfect
It's
gift.
the
I
perfect
cherish
wrap
that for
gift.
life.
Exactly.
Yeah. That'd go on my wall and stay
Hell
there.
yeah. Feels special.
Fuck my diploma.
Fuck
But
my diploma. Look at my PA poster.
I actually don't know where my diploma is.
Oh shit.
I have no idea. I don't think I'll ever need that, will I?
I hope not. I don't think so.
I mean, once you get it, you're like, yeah, I have a diploma.
Yeah, I have it.
All right. So I have a few sort of random questions.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, they're not really related to anything we've talked about at all.
That's
but
fine.
yeah, I just thought they
Mix
were good.
it. Mix it up. Mix it up.
I'm mixing it up. Broken record. Okay, so say you win the lottery or like a rich uncle dies or you
Oh,
just
God.
have
I
unlimited
just get a bunch of money.
money. Yeah, you have a lot of money. You have more than you know what to do with.
Okay.
Would you continue to work? Would you just kind of, I don't know, sit on a couch and swim in your money?
Oh my God.
Or
I would continue to work. I know that sounds crazy. I would continue to work and probably like just donate a shit ton of my money. I don't know, because like I love working. Like working in the industry is kind of like, this sounds like so weird, but it's like a lifestyle. Like I spend the majority of my life there,
right.
which sounds depressing for most people. It's like, oh, I spend the majority of my life at work, but I'm like, no, I'm work all the time. I get 3 meals there. I
Right.
have all my friends there. We go out to the bar after work. Like we're just having a good time at work. Like it's the most like I socialize, and like it's just fun and interesting and entertaining to like see what we're doing every day. Like we do
Yeah.
cool stunts and shit. Like I like working, but I would definitely I would definitely, though, buy a house out in the middle of nowhere in Santa
Right.
Margarita, California, just
Just
so I could have somewhere to
Just
get
to
the fuck away,
disappear.
just to
Yeah.
fucking disappear. But other than that, I continue working.
gotta keep yourself occupied.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, what the hell
I'd go
else are you gonna
insane.
do?
Yeah, what the fuck? Well, I guess you could like travel and do shit, but
Yeah,
as long
but
as
you
I'm
can
going to
always take a
concerts and
break
working, exactly.
Yeah.
Take a break in between shows. You deserve it.
Yeah, right? All right, next question. Do you have any I guess creative projects planned or things you want to do that you haven't really gotten around to?
So like I think the big difference for me and other people I work with is like I'm not actually like going to film school and I'm
yeah.
not getting a chance to make creative projects like that when a lot of people I work with went to film school. They're much older than me. They made these cool projects in college and they had the technology to do so.
Right.
So they still have that drive to want to do something creative.
They still
And
want
they
to
have these
create their own
ideas and
things.
stuff, and they're kind of like crushed because like the industry, I'm not gonna lie, does that to you. Like you don't get much creative input when you're at the bottom of the totem pole.
No, you got to do
Um,
what you're told and
Yeah.
call it a day.
But lucky for me, 20-year-old me, I have no hopes and dreams. So,
Oh
like,
man, you're already crushed. They can't do it to you
You
if you've
can't
already
do
done it to
me
yourself.
if I don't have anything, you know?
Alright.
There is like, I guess like creatively, I'm chill, but like I like documentaries, so I made like The Vinyl Comeback, which is like a documentary I made in high school, and that got nominated for a student Emmy, and I enjoyed doing that.
Right.
I think like my dream thing would be doing a documentary on Mars Argo, Titanic Sinclair, and Poppy, which is like some random ass names I'm throwing out here, but they're like, it's just like an internet thing that happened. It's insane. It's just, I
And
know
somehow 336 is working.
Yes, 336, which is my lucky number, and I see everywhere. Relates to this art. It's just a large art project that went on for years, and then one of them sued each other. It's a big thing. Like it was a big deal. It's kind of dramatic. Like I'm surprised like they're not as popular as I thought they would be. You know, just because like
I mean, Poppy is still. Well,
Yeah,
Poppy is still
she's
really
got, like,
popular.
yeah, she was pretty popular, but like the fact is like Titanic Sinclair and Mars Argo and GroceryBag.tv, like that started Poppy and no one knows about it, and no one, like it's kind of like a creepy, corrupt like background to her success.
Yeah.
And I feel
It's
like it's
weird.
weird that no one knows about it, and I would love to make a documentary about it one day, but that's about my only creative endeavor, I think.
Do you have any controversial opinions that you'd like to share? If not, that's all right, because I have one.
do.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
do, and here it is.
We're okay.
I think you know where this is going.
I probably could guess, yeah.
If on a stoplight,
Oh wow, I have this written down. Yep.
if on a stoplight, it's I know it's red light, yellow light, green light.
Mhm.
But if the yellow light is physically the color orange, if it is emitting the color orange, I'm calling that light an orange light. Okay? You can't
Yeah,
stop
so I
me.
slowed down at an orange light.
Yeah.
No one's gonna know
shit,
what.
it turned orange. Like that, I will if it's yellow, I will call it yellow. But the fact of the matter is, it never is. It's never yellow. It's always
you remember
orange.
that game we played in elementary school? Red light, orange light, green light.
my
No, I don't
God.
remember that. I remember red light, yellow light.
Look at your headphones. I'm not gonna look at your headphones, which are red.
Right?
I'm not gonna call them orange headphones.
What?
They're red headphones, cause they're red. They're the color red.
Okay, that's fair. But in the theory of a stoplight, it's red, yellow, green, right?
Okay, but the light in the middle is orange.
Very
Why would I
controversial
call it?
indeed.
Why would I call it yellow if it's orange?
You know what? I agree.
You're just saying that so I'd shut up.
Listen. I can't win this.
Yeah, I've been having
argument
this argument for years.
for years, almost 3 years.
I stand by this.
I stand by mine. I have one controversial opinion.
Go ahead.
I don't think Phoebe Bridgers is that good.
I don't either.
I don't know what the hype is.
Industry plant.
I see. That's what I said. But I also say that about the Strokes, and I love the Strokes. And I guess they're not really plants. They just have rich parents.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so that's fair.
Casablancas.
Casablancas, all of them actually.
Yeah,
They all
of
went to
them.
like art school and shit. And
Good for them.
Yeah, I mean,
I love their music. I wish they would show up on stage on time, but
know
and
what?
I wish they would remember their own lyrics, but
That's okay.
It's fine.
He was almost all the way there.
almost.
That show is still really, really good though. And we stood next to some really cool people.
Hell yeah.
Very funny people. So my last, not my last, but another question I have is what is something you're terrible at, but you wish you could do well?
Terrible at. I wish I
Like
could
I
do
wish I could sing. If I could sing, then
well. I feel that.
that'd be great. I guess sing well would be nice.
I don't think I can't think of anything like I'm terrible at, but I do wish I was better at instruments, like committing myself to learning an instrument because
Yeah.
I'm pretty mediocre at the bass, the drums. I know a little bit on the guitar.
I mean, you play the ukulele too. So.
I play the ukulele really well.
Mm,
That's the only instrument I play really well. But I want to be able to sit down and commit to it,
right.
But I don't have time for that because my
That's true.
lifestyle is work.
You work 12 plus hours a day, and then
Yep, 60 plus hours a week. Most
Yeah.
of the time I'm working a Saturday.
you good?
Yeah, I got a message from a coworker that was really long, and I was like, "Where is this coming from?" Yeah, sorry.
All right, I'll leave it to a couple more questions, but it's mostly just about movies. If you're okay with that.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we still got a little bit of time, so we're good.
Yeah.
So that being that you're in the film industry, has that changed the way you watch movies?
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've now I go and see new movies with my coworkers all the time,
Right.
and I've just we sit through the credits even though there's nothing at the end, and afterwards we discuss it not like film critic or film art school students do. We don't discuss it in that way. We discuss
Right.
it more in the technical aspects,
How did they do this, and
Yeah.
how did they get a permit for that?
yes, exactly, and that location must have cost a lot of money, and
Mhm.
why was sound mixing so off at this part? And then we were also talking about last night in Soho, there's this beautiful dance sequence, and we were watching we watched it a couple times on YouTube afterwards, and we're like, that has to be practical. There's no way this is just a bunch of cuts. They didn't do the dance with one actor and then did
Right.
the dance with another. They switched as they were doing the scene.
Right.
And later behind the scenes came out and we were absolutely correct. It was completely practical. You can see that they did behind the scenes. You can see Thomasin McKinley, I can't remember her name, Anya Taylor-Joy,
Mackenzie?
McKinsey, I
Maybe.
think so.
I don't know.
Um
She was in Jojo Rabbit.
yes, yeah. They're crouching behind the male actor and then hopping over and spinning. It's so entertaining. It's so cool.
That's crazy. Because I know Garrett was saying after he took a few engineering classes, I know he switched his major, but he said that after that he kind of watched movies differently.
Yeah.
Like just the physics of it and stuff, especially action movies like that. It's that doesn't make any sense.
Well, most of the time, if the movie's so good, I get encapsulated in it anyways. I'm not
Right. If you're focusing on those little things, the
Yeah.
movie's not doing its job
exactly.
correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a grip teacher that told me that if you notice the little mistakes like that, the movie sucks.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not doing well. Did you saw Dune, right?
Of course I did.
You saw Dune. Did you ever read the book?
I read it a long time ago,
Yeah.
and I had no recollection of many of the things that happened in that movie.
I mean, it is an old book, but
Yeah.
I started reading it. I don't know, about a week ago.
Yeah.
The movie does a good job.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
Okay.
movie. Did you enjoy the movie?
I loved the movie. I think,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, I think the sound mixing was really off at some parts. I could barely make out what some of them were saying.
Yeah, I have that problem a lot, mostly because I just have bad ears. But
Yes.
the sound mixing is my biggest pet peeve because that's the only thing I actually know about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but No, I really enjoyed that movie. I thought it looked beautiful.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much all I got. I mean,
All
unless
right.
you have anything you want to shout out or talk about.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
alright.
ready for work,
Yeah,
and
have a good old day.
yeah, we're working all through the night tonight.
Yeah, you got a long day.
Yes, I
Are
do.
you're not working Saturday, are you?
No, not this Saturday.
That's good.
But next Saturday.
Great.
You
Well,
gotta do what you gotta do. The great thing about working Saturdays, though, is I get time and a half pay of 12 hours,
oh shit.
even if I only work like 6.
Yeah.
So I can't really complain too
you're
much,
doing
you know?
alright.
I'm
You're
doing
doing good.
all right. I'm
All
doing
right.
good.
Well, thank you for talking with me for a while.
Thank you for having me.
I really enjoyed it.
Can you hear him?
I mean, I can hear them because they're outside,
Oh.
but I don't know. We'll see. I'll do some movie magic.
Movie magic. Get rid of those lawnmowers.
Reverse
out
the
there.
polarity, and then, bam, it'll be gone.
Bam.
But also so will my voice because it's on the same track. Ah. All right. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
Shut up and sit down.
Bye.